Hello there, Pisces. How's it going? It's time for your reading. Whoops. My name is Kelly. I'll be doing the read here. Hope you guys are enjoying your day. Can you hear the wind out there? It gets really windy around here. So hopefully the power doesn't go out, but well, just go with the flow. What's going on with Pisces? Wang Yu. Okay. Well, you know, Pisces, Wang Yu is happiness and joy. So, and you know, this is very, very positive. And the only thing that I can say about Wang Yu in the upright that could be possibly negative is to make sure that you're look at the bright side of things. In other words, okay? Yeah. But other than that, mostly this is happiness and joy. That's exactly what it means. Yeah. What else? Man, it's windy out there. Rido. So Rido is the horse. I mean, it's the wheel. This is the wagon wheel. This is talking about your ride moving forward. You know, some of you may be traveling. Not everybody, you know. And I usually don't say this, but, you know, just take what resonates, you guys, and, you know, leave the rest. But sometimes my readings go out to someone for someone. But this is some sort of forward movement, too. This could be, you know, moving forward. Rido is also kind of a spiritual rune, too. Anzus in reverse. All right. This is a warning. Yeah, this is definitely a warning of some kind. Let's get another rune out. Anzus in reverse is talking about... Anzus means communication. And so when it's in reverse, it could be talking about some sort of deceit. Yeah, so I just want to get another rune behind it. Ingwa is really good rune. Yeah, and you got Anzus there behind it. You know, this could be, you could have some sort of lack of clarity about something, for sure. You know, Ingwas is the seed. This is something that is, that is about ready to, to grow. But there's something here behind this. We're going to pull cards on that. What else? Let's see what the rest of the spread looks like here before I make more assumptions here about Anzus in reverse. Maybe you need to keep a secret. Maybe you need to not say something. Knaz. Maybe you need to not say something here, Pisces. Because you have to protect this seed. Knaz here is in the upright. This is awesome. This is daylight. You know, daylight shining down on this seed so it can grow. And this is something here that you may need to keep something to yourself. I don't know. We'll pull cards on that, but Hageles. Hageles is, I guess the best way I can, if you're new or first time you've seen one of these videos, this is, the best way to describe it is like the Tower card. Okay, some sort of sudden, something sudden or unexpected, or this is talking about a storm. So this is part of somebody that, that you could be dealing with, okay? Somebody that, I don't know. Somebody that, Utala, huh? So this could be somebody that feels disconnected from their roots, or maybe they feel like they're a stranger. They could be, this could be somebody that's homeless, but, not necessarily physically homeless, but, spiritually homeless. This person has got some sort of, problem in their life, and they come across as somebody really kind of disturbing, if you're dealing with somebody like that. The goose. The goose. So when I'm looking here at when I'm looking at this person has got the personality of somebody that just, it's kind of like they have a shocking, somebody, if they just walk in the room, they could, be shocking. It could be a shocking, this is talking about shock and awe. This is like a storm, this person, feels like a stranger. Yeah. They could be dealing with some sort of legacy, issues as well. This could be somebody struggling with some sort of an inheritance. problem. Or maybe somebody's getting a divorce, or, you know, a physical loss of a home. Could be somebody like that. And you know, when I see Othala on this side of the reed, this could also indicate another Pisces. So let me see. Yeah, this could definitely, you know, be another Pisces. You know, Pisces, you know how our sign, it has the fish that flips one way and then the fish that flips up on the other way? It's like the yin and the yang type of thing. This person could be really intuitive too. Or they could be really kind of like a, you know, an emotional. Yeah. This person moves with the tides, so, you know, they're kind of like they feel kind of like they're displaced. Because remember, Legousse talks about the deep ocean. And what happens to things that get stuck in the deep ocean, you know? They get displaced. So this, you know, this person could feel displaced. And they're acting more on instinct rather than logic. Arcana, huh? Arcana is in reverse. This is the leak right here. There's something going on here. Now, Barcana is talking about, you know, something that's been stagnated, okay? Something could have been stagnated over a lie as well. That's kind of really interesting here. Let's pull some cards out and see what else. Boy, that wind is really whipping up, isn't it? Got this. This is here. I didn't say it out loud, but what I'm doing here, I told you guys earlier, I'm going to clarify this. This right here is on Zeus in reverse, and, you know, we're going to clarify it. We got the scythe. Huh. Interesting. The whipping broom. These are kind of like, you know, these are, I mean, the scythe isn't bad, but because it's sudden, you know, like Hagilez here, this is sudden. I got the birds. So let me think about this here now. With the birds here, this is talking about like some sort of nervous energy, you know, really, really nervous energy. And so, yeah. This could also be a sudden realization too, Pisces. You know, like I said, the scythe is, you know, it's sudden. Like Hagilez is sudden. This could be a sudden realization. Or some, you know, or something could be severely cut. This could talk about a severe cut. And the broom. You know, the broom can be talking about, you know, you want to just basically, you know, the feeling I'm getting off of this here with the birds, this is kind of nervous energy too, and gossip and noise, background noise. You know, it's telling me to you know, bite your tongue. Okay? Bite your tongue. Don't say nothing. You know, you might have to bite your tongue because if it could become a big it could cause some sort of big misunderstanding, and you don't want any misunderstandings. So, you know, wait until Anzus flips upside. Anzus, this is temporary, okay, and as well as this Orkana. So, yeah. Just keep to yourself, Pisces. Keep to yourself. So you don't want to have any misunderstandings for sure. At the bottom of the deck, you got the ring, the tree, and the stork. Now that is interesting. So this is really kind of good because, you know, this is talking about, commitments or some sort of cycle, you know, some sort of commitments and cycles. A cycle is coming to a close. This is a new cycle. The seed here is starting to grow. You know, and I see a tree under there, man, and, you know, yeah, something has come full circle as well. Something has come full circle. So, yeah, just keep your, you know, bite your tongue. You know, I wouldn't, you know, you don't need to speak your mind right now. And, you know, the tree is really awesome because it's talking about, you know, deep roots. Look at the roots on there. You see the roots, how deep they are? And slow growth. You know, and trees add a layer of destiny and endurance. And it's not about something short-lived, you know what I mean? So this could have something to do with some sort of ancestral roots as well. You know, when I see ancestral roots, you know, I see this Othala here. How interesting. And then we have the stork. And this is, you know, this is bringing things moving for the better, okay? It's the delivery of something new or a new shift. Like I said, like with the ring. So, this is really, really a very, very positive reading. And this is also talking about really good health. Something that I long for. Because I've been kind of like, well, I'm a lot better now. Thank goodness. Let's pull some more cards out. I guess I'll just, heck, I want to pull some of these. What's going on with Pisces? The spirit of love. Don't search for true love, for it will find you if you just hold on to who you are. The world already loves your essence, so don't change it for anyone. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, let's get one more. Yeah, I like it. What do you want? If you react negatively to the success and joy of others, it's a sign that you want more for yourself, so don't hold yourself back. Expand your comfort zone. So you may have to expand your comfort zone. At the bottom of the deck, you got you are complete. You are not broken. Nothing's wrong with you. Don't spend your life fixing problems and dwell on the beauty of your being. You are enough, and you right now, and you always have and always will be. So I like that too. All right, you guys. All right, here, let's pull one of these two. I always got to pull a Moonology card. Nothing will come of this situation. Void, course, moon. So I like that. This is the one and the only time where I really totally, like this card, because nothing will happen with this, okay? Just, try your best to not... I don't think you're going to say anything anyway. It's also positive, so, yeah. Protect that seed, because it's about ready to sprout. Well, there you have it, Pisces. I hope you enjoyed the reading. And if you haven't, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow. All right, you guys? All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.